friends, welcome to day number 8 of our Stretching for Flexibility Challenge. Hopefully you're enjoying it so far. Today we're going to be working on neck and shoulders from the floor position. It's going to feel really good. I can't wait. So hopefully you might learn a couple new stretches here today that you haven't done before. So that'll be great, right? So let's do a quick little warm up just for our shoulders. We're going to go back like you're swimming in a pool, doing a backstroke, just to warm up through that frontal delt. And a little bit of chest here. Good. Other direction. And then, whew, that's nice. Good. And now we're going to go to a little punch across. So really trying to reach, get under that shoulder blade. So our lats and our shoulders are all kind of connected, rhomboids, trapezius. So we're going to be doing lats, focusing on lats in a couple days, but it'll be good to do these and be aware. Let's go quick chest really fast. I always add a quad because it feels good to me, but getting a little bit different frontal delt here too, and a little bit of pec. Good. 3, 2, and 1. And now for your teres major and minor, I'm just going to do a little reach over. We don't have to do that step behind today. You can if you want, but you don't have to. Good. And here we go. Okay, so hopefully you felt a little bit of warming up, getting some blood flowing through those muscles. We're going to go to the floor and we're going to be doing the next few exercises in the child's pose position. So you can do these on your bed if you want. I try it and see where you can be on the floor. Okay, so we're going to go to that child's position to begin with. So trying to get your hips on your heels as much as you can. Reach overhead. But now what we're going to do, so reach overhead as high as you can and take a nice, big, huge, deep breath to just try to spread that rib cage. Pull those shoulder blades apart just a little bit and exhale. Inhale as big as you can. Hold. Exhale. We'll do one more of those. Inhale. Pull those shoulder blades apart. Exhale. Great. Now what I want you to do, walk your hands to the left. Anchor your right wrist with your left hand. Shift, so really shift your weight to the right. Feeling a good stretch down that whole right side. This is mostly going to be lat if you stay here, but we're working on shoulders today. So what I want you to do is, so you're going to drop your right shoulder. Okay, we're going to hang there. So it is some lat, but it's also a little bit of teres major and minor, so you might feel it in that armpit just a little bit. It's the back of the shoulder, should be back of the shoulder. And you're just going to drop that right shoulder to as much as to the floor as you can. So this is a big stretcher along that whole right side, and it is, I mean, you might even feel it all the way down into your lower back. It's possible, depending on how tight you are. It should feel good. It's amazing, just amazing how it's so effective. Okay, there's 1 minute. Let's walk those hands to the left. Anchor your your left wrist with your right hand, and you're going to drop your left shoulder. Okay, so anchor the left wrist with your right hand, shift your weight to the left, and drop your left shoulder. I'm just going to hang out here for another minute on this side. Doing great. I should feel good across like the back of your shoulder, maybe even into some shoulder blade area. That's possible. That's more of your lat or your rhomboid and trapezius, but since it's all connected, that's all right. It'll help relieve some of that pressure in the back of that shoulder. You have 15 seconds left. Good, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Okay, great. Now we're going to do in a child's pose. So hopefully you're doing okay with this child's pose. We're going to be in a high child's pose though, and we're going to do thread the needle. So high child's pose, you can either plant your toes if you want to relax them, but you're going to reach that right arm underneath you, palm facing up, take your forehead to the floor, and it's going to be an even bigger stretch through that rear delt, okay? So we're going to hold there for a minute. Ready? Here we go. So if you want to set your hips on, like your heels on your hips, you can, to see if that's a different stretch than if your hips are high and not on your heels. Your forehead you can be looking at your palm that's up, or your forehead, if you want a little bit deeper stretch, your forehead can be on the floor. But you have 25 seconds left. So just play around with how your child's pose position is and see how it feels. But you want that arm straight out from your shoulder right now. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Okay, great. Now we get to switch to that second side. So left arm goes underneath, left hand palm faces up. Let me switch this direction here. The left palm faces up. Ready? Here we go. So you can be in a high child's pose. That right arm is just reaching up overhead. You can be in a high child's pose, or you can set those hips on your heels and be in that lower child's pose. It's up to you, but we're looking for the stretch in the back of the left shoulder. Okay, that's what we're trying to feel right now. If you get extra stretches in other places, consider that a bonus. Doing good. So you have 20 seconds left. Oh man, why don't we stretch more often, right? And here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Cool. Okay, now we're going to start getting more into like maybe some upper trap or even a different part of your shoulder. It's mostly upper trap that you're going to be feeling. So now we're going to be laying on our stomach, and you're going to do thread the needle again. So your left palm is facing up, but now you're going to take that arm. Okay, from the prone position, you're going to thread your right arm underneath, right hand facing the ceiling. Let me get the minute started here. And this is going to feel similar to the stretch we just did. What I want you to do, if your head is at noon, take your hand to 10 or 11 o'clock position. Now you can either just keep your chin and your nose facing the floor, or if you want to take your chin to your right shoulder, relax down into that. Then you can get a little bit of upper trapezius. However, I want you to be aware of how your neck feels, because it should not cause any pain or trauma, anything like that, to your neck. So if turning your chin to your right shoulder causes pain, please don't do it. So you're almost done. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Okay, cool. Now we get to switch sides. So I'm going to switch just so you can see my hand and it's not against the wall. We're going to thread your left arm underneath your body. Right arm goes overhead. Let's get that minute started. You're going to take if your head's at noon, you want to take your hand to a 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock position. And your chin can either stay looking at the floor or you can rotate your chin to your left shoulder. Try to relax your right ear to the floor though, if you're taking your chin to your shoulder, so that you can get some upper trapezius stretch. Just remember that the stretch should not hurt. It should feel good. And the upper trapezius is the muscle that runs along the top of your shoulder and the backside. Tight upper traps can cause some serious neck pain, so it's good to stretch those traps. And you're done. Cool. Nice. So if these were challenging for you, for especially the upper trapezius, tomorrow I'll have some that are much more gentle, that you can control a little bit more, where your body weight isn't pushing you into that stretch like we just did here. Okay, so now let's go to a lying position on our back to get a little bit more of the neck area. So I don't want your lower back hurting at all. If you need to plant your feet, that's fine, so that your pelvis is in more of a neutral state instead of having your legs flat. Whatever you want to do. We're not worrying about our lower back, so just get to a comfortable position. Okay, so what we're first going to do is palms face the ceiling. Your shoulder blades are flat on the floor. And you're going to take your chin to your right shoulder. And you're just going to hang out there. Ready? For 1 minute. Drop. Do your best to push your left shoulder down and into the floor. So it's going to be a big stretch. Like relax, try to relax that left side, but you're also pushing your the back of your left shoulder into the floor. And this is going to be a big stretch for the upper trapezius as well. Maybe even through your sternocleidomastoid. It's such a long word. The muscle, the big thick muscle that you see when you turn your neck, that muscle, it could even be stretching there as well. You're 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. And come back to center. And now we're going to take your chin to your left shoulder. Right palm is up, pushing that right shoulder into the floor. You might, depending on where you're tight, you might even feel your left side being stretched still. Because it just depends on how your muscles, where they're tight and where they're not. But trying to get pushing your right shoulder into the floor, but trying to keep your left shoulder down too, and getting your left ear as close to the floor as you can. And just hanging out there. Trying to relax the upper trapezius area. Doing good. Oh, there's your minute. That was so fast. Okay, now we're going to do one more. And all it is taking your chin. So you're relaxing. You can have your hands crossed at your stomach if you want to just keep them down by your side. But what you're going to do is try to push the back of your neck into the floor. So it's going to be a big stretcher for the neck area. All right. scalene area. So what you're going to do, and if you want to get a deeper stretch, pull your shoulders away from your ears. So it's almost like you're giving yourself a double chin, right? Pull your shoulders away from your ears, like really focus on pulling those shoulders way down as you push the back of your head into the floor and give yourself a double chin. So huge stretch down all those muscles that help support your spine and that cervical area. Pushing the shoulders down into the floor and pulling them away from your ears. Hopefully this feels good for you. You don't want to overstretch. It shouldn't be painful. You might notice that there's some knots there and you need to go to the massage therapist or get out your Theragun. And you're done. Okay, great. Good job. So we are done for today. Tomorrow we're going to be doing additional stretches for the neck and shoulders, but from a seated position. So that might, if this was weird or awkward today for you, it's okay. Try it tomorrow. Hopefully you didn't feel dizzy or anything nauseous. If you felt dizzy or nauseous from any of the stretches today, you were pushing too hard, and you might need to go get a chiropractic adjustment just to keep things in better alignment, because you shouldn't feel dizzy or nauseous or anything like that. Okay, so there's a little tip for you. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow for day number 9.